All right, Tom Business inspired me to do a power ranking of the 10 best NFL teams. Let's get into it. I'll start from 10 all the way to the top. And my 10th, let's start with some honorable mention. But first, check out the NFL playlist. Don't forget, check out my other channel, Goodfella Sports TV 2.0. I'm doing all the lives over there. If you miss some of the live streams, can't go live on this channel. Check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk. I think some honorable mentions, where the Indianapolis Colts just missed out on my list. They're a really good football team. They just beat down my Lions. The Dolphins defense. The Dolphins defense has been really, really good this year. Shout out to Brian Flores. We'll see what Tua can do. Other than that, maybe the Bears just missed it. They run defense been suspect, and the lack of really good coaching in offense. But those may be the teams that I missed. But starting off at number 10, the Bills from Buffalo. They were higher just off my mental list. But the last few weeks, it ain't been looking good. They've been sliding ever since Kansas City came there and gave them a little bit of a slacking. Josh Allen has dropped off. Teams have started to make the adjustments to see what Josh Allen can or can't do. So that's been an issue there as well, too. The defense has been doing pretty solid. It's just that, I think they're getting the rookie Zach Moss back. He's starting to get some touches. And really, Josh Allen really got to make the adjustment to what the defenses are doing to him and taking away. But John Brown just came back. Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs been doing good over there. So, I think the Bills defense, they front seven need to step it up a bit. But Josh Allen really needs to raise his game to a new level. I'm on a new level. Shout out to A$AP Ferg and Future. But other than that, I think the Bills are a slightly better team than the Indianapolis Colts, a better team than the Chicago Bears, a better team than the whole NFC East. You can make a case that, maybe Chicago and Indianapolis could be better teams. Cleveland without Odell, just with Baker Mayfield in general, is garbage. Maybe you could say maybe Miami, they trending the right way with that defense and Tua. Maybe you can make a case for the Raiders or something of that nature. I wouldn't argue. My number 9 team is the Green Bay Packers, the most overrated team in football. It's not Aaron Rodgers' fault. They just don't got enough weapons around him. Devontae Adams need another receiver to go with him, and I think he'd be a lot better as well too. With another receiver. Hold on. Somebody wants to join the party. Here we go. Dog sitting today on top of my 2 dogs, but I love dogs. That's my mom's dog. But the Packers, I just don't take them as a threat. You see what Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks did to them. Just don't got enough. They should have went to go get Julio Jones. Will Fuller would have been a great fit for what Aaron Rodgers do. With Will Fuller, if he stayed healthy, they would have put up a whole bunch of points. But no real threat at tight end. No real threat out the backfield. Aaron Jones is nice, but I thought that kid they got from Boston College would do a lot better. Green Bay is just a shallow team to me. It's nothing special about Green Bay. You can run on them. You can pass on them. And then, really their offensive line ain't as good as it was in past years. If you got speed and you got a front seven like the Bucks, you can get down on them. And, teams that really got that front seven, the Ravens, the Steelers, they're going to have a problem with all those type of teams, you know what I'm saying? But the Packers ain't going nowhere fast unless a whole bunch of injuries happen in the NFC in football in general. Number 8 team is the Tennessee Titans. I know they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. Don't know what happened there. Maybe it was a letdown, but one loss don't make or break you. I think that was their first loss. That's their second loss this season. They got 2 losses, but I still like the makeup of the team. Mike Vrabel still a really good coach. I think Tannehill still can be a hot quarterback. I think Derrick Henry going to get the run. I think they play this week. They play, I forget who they play this week. I can pull it up. Give me a minute. I think the Titans got a good matchup with Derrick Henry this week, too. Let me see what they play this week. Give me a minute. Sapato won't stop moving. Yeah, I couldn't have him and Mason in the same room at all. Well, no, they get along. He about to fall through the chair. I can't afford this dog neither. He hurt himself. But let's see what's really shaking with the Titans. See what they play this week. They could lose this week. I forget. I just did a few FanDuel lineups the other night or last night. They play the Chicago Bears this week. They can run all over the Bears, I believe. But they playing at home. Should be a good football game. But good defense. I think they traded and got they got a DB from somewhere, bro. I forget who they traded for. I'm trying to draw on a blank. They cut Jonathan Joseph, and they got somebody. I forget who they got, man. Jesus, they got Desmond King from Detroit. I think he went to East Detroit East English Village. think that's the old Finney High School on the east side, so they got a good nickel back there, and they cut Jonathan Joseph. He's like 103 years old, but yeah, I think that's I think they're a good 8 team. I mean, you want to make a case the Packers above them, go ahead. They came back and had made a good competitive game with the Steelers. I think they just got I think they're a lot better than the Packers. But you go on number 7. I got the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh said Lamar Jackson got to do better. I just think he need more weapons, and I just think they won't really move forward until they get him more weapons. Willie Snead and Marquise Brown, that's not adequate enough. Getting old Darius Bryant, that's not good enough. They should have went out there and traded for Julio, AJ Green, Will Fuller, Kenny Galladay. Other than that, the Ravens not going nowhere at all. If they do go somewhere, it's going to be because of J.K. Dobbs, because he's the only one that really got game-breaking speed on that offense. Out the backfield, him and Lamar, they should be well, but Lamar got to get more receivers, and until that happens, they really won't be a championship contender. He can't hang Jermaine with the Chiefs and the Steelers at all until they get him some more offensive weapons. But 6 to me is the Arizona Cardinals. I like what they're doing, even though my Lions beat them down, or we beat them. Don't even matter. It's beat down for us. We beat them. They lost Chandler Jones this season, but Kyler Murray is dynamic. Him, DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kurtz is doing a good job. Patrick Peterson holding it down this year as well too. I wish they could have had Chandler Jones. They probably can be Super Bowl contenders. But I think it's 1 year too early. Next year it might be their year, but I like what they're doing over there in Arizona. I would like to see them kind of get under center a lot more with Christian Kirk, with Kyler Murray, but he's phenomenal. If they can get under center more with him and Kenyon Drake, he can get more out of Kenyon Drake. But until they really turn that corner where they get a more pro-style offense a little bit more, they really not going to be deadly because they start running the ball, in my opinion, man. But other than that, yeah, they my 16-5. Seahawks, I know they beat the Seahawks, but they did lose to the Lions. Seahawks just had a mental lapse. Had a good defensive game plan, blitz package for the Hawks, but I still get the Hawks the edge slightly if they're going to play again for sure. They in the same division. Love Russell Wilson. What are you doing? 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett playing on a new level. My issue with them is defensively. Hopefully they get Jamal Adams back. Defensively, they got to tighten up with their pass defense. If they don't, they're really not championship contenders. They kind of right there with the Ravens. Just need more defense. But Russell Wilson can hang with anybody. You got Bobby Wagner, and that run defense is playing well as well for them. But Seahawks, my number 5 team. Number 4, New Orleans Saints. I mean, they can be even higher if they've been healthy. If they would have had Michael Thomas, arguably they probably wouldn't have lost the game. They'd play the Buccaneers pretty soon, but they getting healthier. Drew Brees getting his weapons back. Let's see if his arm can stay alive a little longer. You might have to see Jameis Winston come in and do some things as well. Boy, what is you doing? What is you doing? You might see Jameis Winston come in for a game or two to save his arm. But, the New Orleans Saints just historically choke in the playoffs. So they may not be championship contenders, but if Drew Brees can stop choking in playoff games and losing to Case Keenum and what's that boy name? Kirk Cousins, they might be in a good space, but they ain't got to worry about playing the Vikings this year. Then we get into the top 3. Tom Brady and the Bucks, the way that front 7 playing, you add Antonio Brown. They play the same Sunday Night Football. They said Antonio Brown's in phenomenal shape. If they get Chris Godwin back, that's going to be a dangerous offense, especially the way they run the ball with Ronald Jones III, and they running the ball with potential Leonard Fournette. But hopefully they keep running the ball and don't go pass happy. I think the one thing holding this team back is Bruce Arians. He's an overrated coach. He don't know how to make adjustments to his offense. He like to go risk it for the biscuit and go deep all the time. So really, it's no real cemented 3 through 10 or under teams that really gonna make the Super Bowl unless some injuries happen, because they all got holes. You look at the Bucks, the coach is their biggest hole. Look at the Saints, Drew Brees' arm and his choke artist in playoffs is their biggest thing. Hawks pass defense is garbage. Cardinals, I think, it's just a year too early, missing Chandler Jones too. Ravens don't have enough offensive weapons. The Packers don't have enough offensive weapons and good defense. And the Bills just, they don't have enough defense. And Josh Allen ain't really took that step that we thought he took earlier this year. But we go to number 2. It's your homeboy, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They playing well defensively. But offensively, they're having some problems protecting Patrick Mahomes. And he kind of got beat up in that Denver game the other week. And it looked like they won that game by a country mile, but it wasn't that close. It was a close game. And they did a good job of hitting Mahomes. And Andy Reid got to kind of hand that ball off more to Clyde Edwards-Helaire and to Le'Veon Bell to preserve Patrick Mahomes. But what he got, 16 or 19 touchdowns with only 1 interception. He playing well, got a ton of weapons, defense good enough to hold up. They score a lot of points there. And, the Chiefs is a really, really good football team, man. And, You know, you can make a case they could be number one. They only lost to the Raiders. The Raiders had a great game plan. Divisional foes are usually harder because they plan and they draft to beat their division rival, especially if they're dominant. That's the Kansas City Chiefs. But they play again. Kansas City probably going to beat on them. But my number one team is the Steelers, undefeated. I think they the only undefeated team in football. Defense is good. They might be the most complete team in football. Defense is outstanding. Pass defense is a little bit shaky, but defense is outstanding. Quarterback got enough experience. He getting better, getting in shape, getting warmed up. Weapons, they got Juju, Deontay Johnson from Toledo. They got the rookie Claypool, James Conner running the ball well. They got some solid tight ends. Erica Ebron is pretty solid this year, and they got a good football team. You know, well coached, and they probably gonna be a problem for a long time. You know, especially if they can find a quarterback. And to be honest, the only thing that could beat them is them. They well coached, defense well. And they can beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be a good AFC Championship game if they stay healthy. They can get after with Bud Dupree, T.J. Watt. They can stop the run. Pass defense is getting better with Joe Hayden, Minkah Fitzpatrick. And offensively, Ben Roethlisberger is just really, all he got to do is bust drive like he did with his first Super Bowl. But as much as the more he get in shape, the more he warm his arm up, they're going to be a problem. If you got to go through Pittsburgh to win a championship in the AFC, only team that can possibly do that is a divisional foe or the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's my list. Number one is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number two is the Kansas City Chiefs. Number three is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Four is Arizona Cardinals. Five is the Seattle Seahawks. Four is the Saints. Five is the Seahawks. Six is the Arizona Cardinals. Seven is the Baltimore Ravens. Eight is the Tennessee Titans. 9 is the Green Bay Packers, and 10 is the Bills from Buffalo. Let me know what you guys think about the list. Check out our NFL playlist. We did a review for the last week. We did a preview and picks for this week games. Want to make a donation? Best way is to share the video, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, but Cash App CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Don't forget you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All those social media links are in the description. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV. We go. All right, some may not know, but we got blocked from going live because we had some of the fight playing in the background this past Saturday on the Tank and Leo Santa Cruz Carter. It was either the Onuyuwa fight on ESPN Plus, but it was a mistake. But now we can't go live until something change. Let something change until January 29th, basically February. So I want you guys to follow me on Sportscasters, SportsCastr, and I'll put the link in the description. That'll be the first link. Or you can follow me on Goodfella Sports TV 2.0. And I'll be doing my live streams both there at the same time. So any live football, basketball, anything in between that, make sure you check out Sportscaster for your boy. Check it out. I'll put that little thumbnail or a little thing on the screen, but the link will be in the description. They monetize from day one. It's a YouTube alternative, so I will be there permanently. So I might be going live there and YouTube if I get my channel back or my live stream back at the same time. Appreciate everybody, but Goodfella Sports TV 2.0, link in the description, and Sportcaster, link in the description. If you want to press the link, it is on sportscaster.com. It's just Goodfella Sports, one word. Appreciate it. We gone.